Hi guys! Today I'm going to show you how to use Roots Brow products, which there are now 2 of, to create bold defined brows. I'm going to show you how to use their brow pomade and the brow powder to create eyebrows similar to these. However, not everyone has as much eyebrow as I do, so just kind of follow what you have. We're just kind of defining what you already have there, and we're not trying to like draw on a new set of eyebrows here. So if you're kind of wondering how to go about filling in your brows, but you're kind of scared to do it, and I understand it's very scary at first, then this tutorial is for you. So the first product I'm going to use is Roots Brow Pomade. I love this stuff. It's basically, if you think about it, like a powder and a wax in one, because it's going to lay down color, but also hold brow hairs in place and kind of keep them in their shape. So I start with the tail. That is where most of us probably need a little more definition and help, which is why I'm starting with the brow pomade. So I'm using the angled brush, and I am going to just lightly start to fill in the tail of my brow. So something worth noting at this point about brow shape is my brows have a natural arch. They do come up an arch here. So I'm going to follow that. I'm going to fill in. However, not everyone's eyebrows look like that. There are people with completely straight brows, more rounded brows, so certainly don't feel like you have to make an arch if there isn't already one there. Follow the eyebrows that have been placed on your face for you. So I filled in the tail, and one other spot that I'm going to use the brow pomade before I jump in with my brow powder is kind of on the underside here. I like my brow to be pretty defined on the front end. You don't have to do this. If you like just more of the definition on the tail end, totally skip this step. But so as you can see, I placed a line, and then I'm going to kind of just blend it upwards. And you don't have to blend it a ton because we're going to go back in with powder. But so that's how I've used the brow pomade to kind of define and fill in the shape, and now we're going to grab our brow powder and do the rest. So I have cleaned off my angled brush, and I have just a tiny amount of powder on there, and I'm going to fill in the front end of my brow where there are some sparse areas, and just sweep this through the more of the middle and the main area of the brow, whereas we used that pomade to kind of do, the outside edges and use it for definition. I'm going to use the powder as a fill. One great thing about using the pomade first and then following with the powder is that by using that pomade in areas where you don't have a lot of natural brow hairs, like right here, I wish I had more hair than I do, the pomade's going to give that powder something to adhere to, whereas if you didn't have any brow hair here, the powder wouldn't stick to it, so it kind of gives it something to anchor onto. So you could totally stop here. I'm happy with the shape, but for a little extra credit step, and if you do like your brows, really defined, then I'm going to take my concealer and my angled brush again. Of course, I cleaned off the brush, and I'm going to use this to just kind of sculpt out and really perfect the shape. And this is a great way to hide if you haven't plucked your eyebrows in a while too, so I have a few like strays under there, and I'm just gonna cover them up with concealer. So it just looks a little bit cleaner, maybe a little bit highlighted there. I also like to use it on the outside here to make that a little bit more clean. And voila, our brows are now filled in, defined, ready to take on the world. And as always, if you still have questions, you feel free to just leave them right below, and we will get back to you with an answer. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.